Hello my dears, this is Sarah from SheHoldsDearly.com, and today we will be talking all about Bohemian style. I'm gonna do a series here, and I did one on cottagecore recently, but I thought let's tackle some of these more popular decorating styles and really focus in on them and get a like 101 education on them. So today is all about Bohemian, also known as Boho. I recently did my daughter's room and I mixed it in with an equine feel, which is a great combination. You can check that video out. And I'm currently working on the nursing room at our church, which I showed you the plans for that, and that has a 50-50 Bohemian feel to it. The other half is mid-century modern. So one of the things I love most about this look is that it pairs well with, well, any style that I've used it with. So if you like it, but you don't want it like hardcore Bohemian, that's okay. Like a lot of couples will use this. So the guy wants something more modern with clean lines, and she wants to bring in a feminine touch, and so pieces of this is perfect for that kind of scenario. I also love that it works for all ages. It's feminine, but it works great in nurseries, it works good for little girl rooms, teen rooms, you know, college age, all the way up until I think anyone's age, if you like that look. If you really like eclectic kind of gypsy 70s hippie, like laid back feel, it's great for that. It's very forgiving, I love that. It's very collected feeling. So especially like if you've moved into a place and there's pieces about, there's the place that you can't change, like you're renting and there's this old kind of gaudy tile, or there's crumbling plaster, things that you have to live with, like this is the perfect look for that. So pay attention as I'm describing this and think about like the pieces in your house that you're like, I don't really like that, but it actually goes with Bohemian, and maybe that's the direction that you're gonna be able to go and end up really liking the look. Okay, so let's just start, you know, big picture here and talk about the colors that you can use with Bohemian. You can be like all natural, like creams and raw wood, and just use lots of texture. Or you can do a lot, it looks really great with black and white. That's currently trending, of course. It also can go on totally the other end of the spectrum and just be tons of color. So turquoise and coral and chartreuse and mustard yellow, and put them all together and just have all these textures and patterns, and it looks fantastic. For wood tones, pretty much you're gonna wanna stay on the medium wood tones, just as a guide. And then I also say you can work in some natural or raw wood tones, because there's inherently so many baskets with this style. So those two are like, I would call that like more of a basket style than necessarily a wood tone. I try to only use one wood tone when I'm decorating. Now, as far as the shell of the room, so the architecture, I alluded to this earlier, but anything rustic, so beams on the ceilings are fantastic. If you've got like crumbling plaster or kind of industrial pieces that you're trying to work around in your room, brick is fantastic. So the natural color brick, paint it white, paint it black, all of that. Paint it pink. It looks fantastic. Brick is a great backdrop for this look. And then, of course, tile. Just weird, funky, old tile. All the colors looks really good. So if you're in a space and you've got to work with that anyway, just go Bohemian. All right, I'm gonna give you 3 must-haves for your boho space. Okay, first of all, you're gonna want plants. Of all the styles that I work with, this is the most plant-loving group. So I'm talking like 10 plants per room. And I find that the leaf shapes are like simpler and broader than something that's more like cottagecore, which you would find like English ivy and things. So something like pathos plants are really good. In fact, they look fantastic when you like have them growing along the ceiling and like draping down. Oh, I love that look. Snake plants, fiddle leaf fig, all those like big kind of simple-ish foliage. Ferns are really beautiful. I mean, you can mix in ivy, but make sure you've got some pieces that have have big flat leaves. Okay, so that's number 1, plants. Number 2 is baskets. So, and I mean anything woven. So furniture that's wicker. Natural woven rugs look really good, but you gotta get in that texture. So lots of baskets, like no brainer. That's gonna look fantastic. You kind of can't overdo the baskets or the plants, or baskets with plants. Then have things hanging. And this is one of my favorite design tips of all time. And I love that this particular style really specializes in it, but things hanging from the ceiling have this effect on you like you've walked into another world, because now you are surrounded basically with specific decor to influence how you feel in that environment. Anytime you hang stuff from the ceiling, it's like a party. So they've got hanging plants in the macrame hangers, tons of them. There's swings, the cute little baby swings in nurseries. There's chairs. There are hammocks. There are lights hanging, so string lights, big chunky chandeliers, and then even like end tables, especially if you have space issues, which is a whole nother topic. I have a whole nother video on that. But if you have space issues, really what you have is like footprint issues. So hanging something from the ceiling and acting as your end table or your nightstand is a good solution in a small space, and that looks cool anyway, especially Bohemian, so you could do that. Now for furniture, carved woods. So anything that looks like Moroccan, or I mean, I'll show you some beds here in a second, but carved wood's really ornate. Anything with velvet, leather looks fantastic mixed in with this. Of course, woven, rattan. And then for your accent furniture, lots of little like stool type things. So garden stools, I don't know if you're familiar with those, are like little barrel type things. You can get them for $100 or less, and there's all different textures and colors and styles. They're so cute. Just have those kind of everywhere. You can even like have 2 different heights together. You could use a stump. I've seen that. That looks really good too. Poofs, are you familiar with poofs? These leather Moroccan poofs, I love them, and they come in basically any color. One thing, just a side note with these guys, is most of them do not come stuffed, and they'll charge you like another, you can get them for like $50 on Etsy and Amazon, but then they come not stuffed, and so they try to sell you another $50 worth of stuffing, which is ridiculous. So what I do when I get these is I'll go to either Big Lots or go to IKEA and just get, you know, $5, $6 pillows. It takes 3, I've found, and get 3 of those and stuff it. Or if you have blankets or extra pillows, that's fine. But if you like have to go buy something, that's my solution for that. Okay, lighting. Now this is a look that does really well in places where there's no can lighting. Honestly, you don't even have to have lighting that's already like hardwired into the building for this look, because it really wants to be very soft lit. So string lights, you know, kind of like messy hanging on the wall, look really good. Of course, fairy lights and candles and floor lamps. Lots of small lights around is really what looks best with this look. And then of course, a big chandelier is fantastic. So ones with wooden beads look really good. If you've seen those 3-tiered tassel ones, which you could make, I've seen people make them with hoop rings and homemade tassels, which is really easy to make. Those look really good. Now for your textiles, quilts, lots of patterns and sweet textures, cozy quilts are really good. Velvets are really good. If you can get a velvet quilt like we got in my daughter's room, that was the perfect fit. Of course, leathers we talked about. Cognac is currently raging in the trend world. So cognac, which is this lovely like soft orangey color. And then for rugs, rugs are great with this look. So you can layer them. This is the one that really utilizes shag really well. So shag rugs are fantastic. Of course, Oriental style with lots of pattern and color. And then the other one I would suggest is like round woven rugs, so jute rugs. I got one at World Market that I just love. It's actually right behind me right here, rolled up. But That's a really good look, and you could do like 3 of them together. Rugs are really, they really pull out the gypsy look of a space when you have several of them, so go with rugs. And then last of all, let's talk about the wall decor. So mirrors, lots of mirrors, and I feel like that helps balance out the soft lighting going on. It helps amplify the lighting. You can either do like a gallery wall of mirrors, you can do a big old chunky antique frame, you can do just a simple round mirror, or even the sunburst, or they're called starburst, either one. That look looks really good with mirrors, so no-brainer, mirrors. Really messy gallery walls. Another look for a gallery wall would be to take like either like flat baskets, I'm not even sure what they're called, but like woven chargers, and scatter, you know, display them. Just, you can kind of like even have them like swooping across the wall, but have them kind of staggered on the wall. That looks fantastic. Antlers, cow skulls, macrame hanging. You just, you know, have this beautiful woven thing with the tails hanging down. That looks really beautiful. You could get like batik or printed silk and literally just hang that piece of fabric on the wall. Like, it's so simple and it looks so good. And then the last look, we had talked about like carved wood furniture. You could do room divider, which is not actually a wall decoration, but you could hang something like this on the wall, a carved out piece of wood. Oh, I love that look. That's a really good piece for a big space that you're trying to fill. So that wraps up my little summary of Boho Bohemian, and that can get your shopping list going if that's the direction you want to go. I'm also planning to cover mid-century modern and Grand Millennial. If you have another recommendation, let me know in the comments below and I will totally look into that for you. I think this is a fun series and it helps you kind of like settle into the different looks that you like, and so you can search better online when you're trying to fix your own spaces. If you need more decorating ideas and access to my decorating resources, click on the link below. I have a subscriber library. I'll get you the password and then you can get in there and get access to all my DIYs and ebooks and things that I offer. So be sure to do that before you go. And if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that I can send you more videos on how to make interior design easy. All right, take care. I'll see you next week.